In this video, I'm going to give the top 5 reasons why I love my 1995 C4 generation Corvette. So stick around. If you're new to my channel, let me give you a quick overview of my 1995 Corvette Coupe. It has a little over 38,000 miles on it. Of course, it's powered by the 5.7-liter LT1 V8 engine that made 300 horsepower. It's paired with an automatic transmission. This car was pretty heavily optioned by its original owner, so it has the sport seats, it has the selective ride control, performance rear axle, it has the transparent roof panel, it has the upgraded Delco Bose sound system, as well as power driver and passenger seats. So, without further ado, here's my top 5 reasons why I love my 1995 C4 generation Corvette. Number 1 is how it looks on the outside. When it was first introduced in 1983 as a 1984 model, the design was a radical departure from the C3 generation. The C4 was the first Corvette generation that was not designed by Zora Arkus Duntov, the father of the Corvette. Chief Corvette designer Dave McClellan chose to go in a different direction. I find the car to have a rather simple, classic lines, unlike later generations like the C7 and C8. I believe the design has aged very well, and I get a lot of compliments on the car everywhere I go. I had it in the dealership for an oil change just last week, and the techs in the dealership were raving about how cool this car was. Number 2 on my list would be the sport seats. So, this is the upgraded sport seat option, and it has the power adjustment. So in the center here you can see I've got adjustments for lumbar support, I've got adjustments for the side bolsters, and of course adjustments for moving the seat around. Over the last 27 years, my wife and I have owned 7 Corvettes, including 2 C4s, 2 C5s, and 2 C6s, and our current 2023 C8. And I have to tell you, especially compared to the C5 generation, I like these seats better. I love the fact that I can adjust the side bolsters in. I just find them more comfortable and hold me and support me more during spirited driving than the C5 generation. Number 3 on my list would be the upgraded Delco Bose Gold Series sound system. I really love this sound system. I mean, you can crank it up when you're cruising. The sound quality is excellent. Obviously, it's something that's really hard to demonstrate on a YouTube video. Of course, it's old school, so it has both CD and cassette players to it. But I really love it. It's got a great sound. It can get as loud as I need it to, and it's got a great set of speakers in back. Number 4 would be the location of the fuel filler door and gas cap. My wife and I own 4 cars, and I have a company vehicle as well, and not all of them have the fuel filler on the same side of the vehicle. So sometimes I forget, and I pull up to a pump on the wrong side. Well, on this vehicle, I don't have to worry about it because it's located in the middle. As an interesting side note, if you ever have to replace the fuel pump, it is actually located right underneath this panel here and is relatively easy to get access to. And finally, number 5 would be the value. These cars are relatively inexpensive. General Motors made a lot of them, and they're available in all kinds of configurations. You want coupes, convertibles, automatics, manuals, all kinds of different colors, and there's still a ton of them out on the market. So for example, let's say you want a late model 90s version with the LT1 motor, and you want something, say, under 75 or 80,000 miles. There's a bunch of them for sale, and they're all priced in the $10,000 to $15,000 range. Now, let's say that's too expensive for you. You want to get one that's late to mid-1980s model. Maybe it's got 100,000 miles on it. You can find those in running condition. Now, they're going to be a little rougher around the edges, but you can find them for as little as $5,000. It's really quite the bargain when it comes to a performance sports car and what you get for the money. Now that you've heard my top 5, I can imagine there's a few C4 owners wondering, Tom, how can you leave off the target top? It's so cool to be able to take it off and drive with the top off. Well, I have a bit of a love-hate relationship with the target top. Yes, it is very cool that you can take the top off and put it in the back and stow it and drive around, but it also sucks to take the damn thing off because it requires your special wrench out of the glove box, and it takes you a good 10 minutes or longer to pull the 4 bolts, 1 on each corner, in order to get the top off. That is why it did not make my list. And those are my top 5 reasons why I love my 1995 C4 generation Corvette. If you're a C4 owner, drop me a comment below. Let me know what you love best about your car. My name is Tom Stroup. You've been watching Find the Right Road. If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button and consider subscribing to my channel. Thanks, and we'll catch you next time.